All right, good evening, everybody. I want to hurry up and get this video out on my page. 10 minutes or less, as always. Definitely a different situation this evening than it was yesterday evening. We were only talking about a possibly strong tropical storm or minimal hurricane, and now look what we are dealing with here. That's exactly what I was saying yesterday evening about how quickly things change in the weather world when it comes to these hurricanes and tropical storms, especially when it comes to intensities and forecast tracks. But now we're at 5 o'clock advisory. We have Tropical Storm Milton, movement north northeast at 3, so it's just drifting back there. Current winds only 40 miles per hour. But biggest news here is look at that M. Stands for major hurricane. At least 115 mile per hour winds, 111, 115 mile per hour winds. And currently, right now, they've got it. Um, if you did a center line, which we try to tell people not to do, that brings it around near the Tampa area. They haven't had a major hurricane since 1921, over 100 years ago. So not something that they are used to. This is a big deal in that area, a very big deal. Not just because of rain or wind, but the storm surge is expected to be catastrophic. You're talking about a place that has built a lot over the last 30, 40 years. They're going to see wall of water that they have never seen before, because even when they have systems that come up out of the Caribbean and kind of pass by the area and head into the Big Bend or the Panhandle of Florida, they still get a significant storm surge over there, causing um, you know erosion and flooding on the barrier islands. So we're talking about a big time situation in that area. I would suggest that anybody that lives on those barrier islands get out, evacuate, don't play games with something like that. Um, People over in Southwest Florida during Ian certainly played games, and we saw what happened over there. So, and this is a much more populated area in that Tampa area as well. So, um, that is the 5 o'clock advisory and forecast track that they issued and put out. Um, let's go take a look at the satellite, infrared satellite, and you can kind of see Milton back here, still not too far away from where we saw it last night, right off the east coast of Mexico, just drifting around at 3 miles per hour to the east northeast or northeast. Look at all this weather out in front of it, heading towards the west coast and of Florida and the peninsula. This is going to get the ground nice and saturated if it wasn't already, and prep it for Milton over here. Milton's going to be moving so fast by the time it makes landfall that I don't, it won't matter. But just because it's been so wet and you have all this moisture in front of it ahead of time, we're still looking at some possible flooding, localized flooding from these systems. So yeah, definitely a lot different headlines today with Milton than there was last night. Let's take a quick look at the visible satellite. I kind of like the visible satellite before the sun goes down, because you can actually see where the circulation is. So let's do plot type, visible satellite. This is tropicaltidbits.com, by the way. You can go check it out. The site's a little busy tonight, so it's a little bit slow operating, because I'm assuming everybody's being nosy and getting on there tonight. Have fun with it, as long as you know what you're doing with it. All right, so there's Milton right there. Very small, compact storm twisting around there, getting better organized. Like I said, very small, but it should grow in size as it evolves and tracks across the Gulf of Mexico towards the Florida Peninsula. But you can see it in there twisting, so it's definitely getting its act together. Um, let's go and show you a couple graphics real quick, and then I'll show you the forecast models, because that's probably what everybody wants to see anyway. This is just the winds, tropical storm force winds, when you can expect them by across the peninsula. Tuesday, it looks like Tuesday at 8 p.m. is when we'll first start feeling tropical storm force winds on the west coast of Florida, making its way across the peninsula. So let's see if any more good graphics to show you. Just this that shows you all the different ensembles of tracks, and just kind of an average line down the middle, which still brings it in and around near the Tampa area. Obviously, this could change and it most likely will, north or south. And then let's go into the forecast tracks. I know that's the fun part that everybody wants to see. Let me show you kind of like, all the different models and who's got what and what to expect possibly. So we'll start with the American GFS. Let's pick a region that kind of zooms in on Florida. And here is the American model. And I'll start moving this in motion for you. You can kind of see how it evolves. I think it must be initializing another run on this model. So, but that's pretty strong back there. 956. If you look back here, that's pretty potent. I know the last run I saw this at 940-ish. So that's definitely Cat 3 intensity. So that's the American model. Let's go check out the European model. All right, and let's put that in motion. So European's a little weaker. You got the 960 range, 970, 968. We're still right around that Tampa area. Then it starts cutting across kind of like near Orlando. So the American and the European are a little bit farther north on the West Coast. And then you have the CMC, and it's going to be a little bit farther south. You can see, and weaker. So it's got a weaker storm and farther south, near the southwest coast of Florida. And then we'll go and look at the icon, and it's going to be a little stronger, and definitely farther south than the American and European as well. But it's got about 964 coming into the southwest coast of Florida and cutting right across the center of the state. So we'll keep putting the videos out for you. That'll do it for now. I'll keep updating you with posts on my page. Thanks for following. Thanks for watching. Get prepared, everybody.